What's going on, guys? One, love out to everybody. We got UFC Fight Night, Cannonier versus Rodrigues. Predictions breakdown, guys. I'm gonna fly through this real quick. Before I get started, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to this channel. Also check out my Patreon account for all my face-up predictions and prop plays. You can also donate to my PayPal account. Link is down below. Fly through this real quick here, guys. Just been busy. I'm busy like a bee, but you know, we still put the work in. You know, still get the things I need to get done. You know, got family and all these other things I need to take care of. So, you know, but you know, it's a little late, but better late than never, right? Exactly. So let's knock this out real quick. Couple fights fell off, but you know, we had 13, but now we got 12. So I'm gonna fly through this real quick here, guys. I'm not gonna spend too long on this. When I break down my fight cards, every card, man, it doesn't matter if it's a UFC Fight Night or UFC Fox, whatever it is, or pay-per-view, I always go through each fighter one by one. So I'm Instagramming, I'm doing like I'm actually doing research on them, you know, see how they eat, you know, see if they have any injuries. Also going to the fights now, like I watch their old fights and new fights of every fighter, so it takes a little while to you know, to do this work here, you know. It's, plus I have other things I need to do too, so it can take a lot of time. Sometimes it takes me like 2 days almost, you know, 'cause I just don't come here and just pick guys based off stats. Like, okay, this guy is 16-1, 15-3, 16-1 should win. I actually know the fighters. I read through all the stats, then I watch the fights, you know, and then I look at how they move, and you know, it's the diet, the lifestyle, what they're eating, and all these other things that plays a factor too. You know, it's not just the, you know, the punching and the kicking, is also the mental aspect that goes into the sport also. Like anything you do, you know, it doesn't have to be a UFC or MMA or whatever. You know, it's all coming down to your mental. So if the mind ain't right, then nothing's gonna be right. Because the mental control physical, right? Whatever the mind does, whatever the mind you put in the head, then the body gonna follow it. That's how it works, man. It's all in the head. It's you versus you. It's pretty much it, right? All right, so first fighter, guys, we got Julia Alveo versus Jacqueline Cavalcanti. Julia Alveo hasn't been in there in a while, man. She's not active at all. I mean, she just had a baby, you know, lost against Misha Tate by rear naked shoulder. But she's a dog though. And she could make this fight look very, very ugly by pushing us a forward pressure. Just come off of a knee surgery though. I believe she had 2 knee surgeries actually. But she's a dog, you know. Not active, like I said. Didn't look too good against it. She just didn't really do much. You know, just mostly on her back, getting ground and pounded. But she has wrestling. Her striking base is kind of still a suspect. You know, she'll run forward, chin is high. Not really a good foundation, you know, but it is what it is. You know, she come in here and she will make it dirty. She will make it an ugly fight and just make it scrappy. Her opponent here, no, Jacqueline. Jacqueline fights long, you know, uses her reach good, you know, mix up the punches with the kicks, more of a kickboxer. Can't get taken down though, but she seems to be working on the ground game for what I see. Like I said, I go through and I look at Instagram and what these guys are doing, you know, in their training, and she's been wrestling and working on other aspects of the ground. So, but she's more of her base is more striking, but by far she's a better striker, you know, by far, and she's just more active. So I'm gonna give Jacqueline a shot here. I'm gonna say Jacqueline by decision, but like I said, with women fight, it's always 50-50 for me, man. Always 50-50. Because, like I said, it always happens. Like majority of the time, you know, you pick a one woman, you know, like I pick Jacqueline to win, and then Julia comes in winning. You know, it is what it is. Julia just comes in here and make it scrappy, just make it, you know, probably more experience, you know. But I go Jacqueline, like I said, by decision, guys. All right. Next fight, we got Valter Walker versus Dante Mays. Walker Walker is you know, the Walker brothers, you know, but he's more wrestling though, you know. His other brother there is more striking, but this guy's more wrestling, you know. striking is so-so. I mean, he was used the striking to get more the takedowns, so he pushes out of takedowns, and we look for the submissions. He grinds, you're grinding you, but he was slowed down in the later rounds. I just feel like he has more of a strong, I feel like he has a more of a strong foundation as far as the wrestling is concerned. He's more just, rinse and repeat. And a guy like Mays, when you look at Mays, is more raw, is more brawling. His foundation is not that good. He just comes in there swinging, just kind of winging stuff, can get taken down, but he still puts his heavy hands though. You've thrown your hands at that, it connects then, it connects. But I feel like Valter has, like a stronger foundation as far as wrestling and just, he can look for submissions, and I just feel like he possesses that that skill set. I feel with Mays, it just comes in swinging, and he can get taken down and controlled against the cage and put on his back, and he spends the entire rounder. I'm gonna go with Valter Walker. I'm gonna say Valter Walker by decision, guys, but this fight is 50-50. It's kind of a slightly low level fight, so you gotta be careful with it. I mean, of course, Mays coming in and swing overhand and catch Valter, knock him out. Well, Valter's never been finished though, so I'm here to happen. I go Valter Walker by decision, guys. 50-50. Next fight we got Vince Morales versus Elijah Smith. This is an interesting one here, man. With Vince Morales here, this guy's experienced. He's a veteran. He's been there. From way back in the UFC. Didn't look too good. Went off and got some wins here and looked very good. Lost to Taylor Lapilus, but Taylor Lapilus is a very good fighter. He's skilled, a very experienced guy too. With Vince here though, Vince is decent. He's well rounded. He's decent with the boxing. Can get flat-footed at times, but I see him more move in and out more now. He will also look to wrestle and grind on you, and also look for submissions. Yeah, I mean, this guy is pretty skilled guy. Has pretty good experienced veteran here, right? His opponent here, Smith, though. Smith is coming off the Contender Series, and we see with other Contender Series guys, he's 7-1. I mean, he's decent. He's well rounded. Have BJJ. His dad was in the UFC way back, if you remember him from I believe it was the Ultimate Fighter shows. I mean, this guy will push your wrestling, and he's striking, light on his foot, he's a very athletic kid. But he will gas out, though. And that's the thing, he will gas. And when he gasses, he tends to leave a lot of openings. He doesn't really move as well anymore. And he usually gas out in the second round. And then if he doesn't finish in the second and the third round, you can hit him with overhands. This doesn't look good, and then he gets wobbled. And just experience, man. I mean, as moments go by, he will get better at that. His Contender Series fight. Aaron is more of a brawler. I mean, he doesn't possess like a strong foundation. He comes in there and just kind of wing it, but he throws heavy. He's swinging your hands at that rate. But yeah, man. This could be a tough one to call. I mean, the kid Smith, he is skilled, man, but I don't know. I just don't feel that he can beat Vince. And I mean, we've seen this happen a lot. A lot of the Contender Series guys coming in, the records are not that. Doesn't have a lot of fights under his belt. A guy like Vince here, 16-8. I mean, I'm not judging this off of the numbers of wins, but Vince is well rounded and a veteran, and very experienced. And we see with Smith, he will fade out in the second. And then he fades in front of Vince. Vince is gonna pound on him. He's gonna, and that's just experience. But we see it happen. I mean, Smith could come in here and then maybe fight in his Contender Series fight. Maybe his mental state kind of change here, which goes back to mental. But I'm gonna go with Vince Morales. I'm gonna say Vince Morales by KO TQ in the third round, guys. And I'm not confident it's a 50-50 fight. Like I said, with Elijah Smith, is very athletic, skilled guy, but I think the slight, I would say, more of a mental kind of thing vibe going on. Which over time, you can't really train that, but you have to tap into your inner self. You may get over that. But I just feel Vince is I think Vince is a big step up. I mean, from my opinion, but you know, I don't know, man. Like I said, with these UFC cards, we've been seeing a lot of guys that they're just coming up to contender series and fighting these experienced guys and just been losing, man. So I mean, that's not the reason why I'm going for Vince Morales, but I mean, I'm gonna say KOTK in the third round for Vince Morales, guys. All right. Again, I could be wrong, but let's see what happens. Next fighter, we got Gabriel Bonfim. We got two Bonfim brothers fighting in the same card. So Gabriel Bonfim versus Kyrgios Williams. Williams is kind of a short notice, I believe. With this brother here, this brother is he's technical. He's more for the grown. You know, has a lot of submission wins. His other brother is more boxing, but this guy will stay long range and box it out with it too. Will can gas out in the later rounds and relies a lot on his submissions. His chin can get high up when he starts to gas, man. It's just, but I mean, he seems, you see, a lot of these guys, this guy is 100%, was 100% finish rate until he got a decision over Angie. But you know, like I said, he's like a first round finisher. He goes in there and get it done. You know, he got some third round and second round, but majority is all first round. But he went to a decision, and he looked like he was tired in the second, but he composed himself in the third. You know, which shows improvement. You know, on going long distance if he has to. Which sometimes you have to go to decision. It just happens like that. It's not all the time you may get the finish. You know, you must may hunt for the finish, and just end up gassing yourself out. You know what I mean? Like Shahbazyan usually does, which is on this card too. With Williams, Kyrgios Williams, this is a guy that is going to have 5-inch reach, and you know, this guy is dangerous because he swings heavy, and he has been tightening up his boxing, been getting a little better, you know. So this is a guy who will put a high pace on you. He covers distance quick. He's very technical. He's not as technical as Bonfim, but you know, he does possess massive power though. So and I say he's been tightening up the box a little bit. You know, he can get taken down though. And this Bonfim brother here is known for getting submission. I believe that's 12 by submission. So he's known for that. This fight I was kind of going for Williams a little bit. Williams, but I check out more Bonfim fight. I feel Bonfim most likely probably can keep him on the outside, man. I mean, we'll see what happens, man. But Williams will come in here blasted, and he hasn't been proven, and he strikes, and he has a 5-inch reach, which was a huge factor. This fight here, man, be careful with it. Williams could win, guys, to be honest with you. But I'm gonna go with I'm gonna say Bonfim for the win. I'm gonna say Bonfim by submission in the first round, guys, and I'm not confident. Yeah, I didn't look at the odds, guys. I'm gonna say that for the odds at the end. Yeah, since if I just doing it now, it's like, you know, it's gonna be caught up in the whole thing here, and then I gotta make timelines and all these things. So I'm gonna say Bonfim by submission in the first round, guys. All right. Let's see here. Next fight here, guys. We got Rafael Estevam versus Jesus Aguilera. Rafael here, last fight was in 2023, man. I'm not sure what happened to him, but this guy here came off the contender series, won a fight in the UFC against Charles Johnson, dude. The Charles Johnson is an easy guy to beat, man. Rangy, his ground game is pretty good. He's on a good winning streak now. Beat some undefeated guys. He's a guy that take your 0 from you. Take a 15-0. Yep, from Azat. What I see from Rafael though, man, Rafael is pretty good, man. Actually, very impressed with this guy. Come up the contender series and also against Charles Johnson. His cardio is freaking elite. This is elite cardio, man. Insane pace, and he travels from striking back to the ground, like mixed up very well. He has jiu-jitsu, obviously. We look for the submissions. He's gonna have the 7-inch reach in this fight and the 4-inch of height, which is massive. I'm impressed with this guy. This guy's a good prospect, man. I mean, coming from the contender series, I had one fight in UFC against Charles Johnson, which Charles Johnson is like, yeah, that's a big fight to give him, you know, for his debut in UFC. I mean, I would actually say. His Zeus, on the other hand, his Zeus is pretty decent too, but mix it up too. Look for takedowns, we look for the submissions. More to wrestle you and take it down. Can get taken down though. That's the thing. As much as he look for the submissions and take you down, you can take him down, and it's not that difficult to take him down. Use your first round and second rounds to take him down. Rafael will be on him, man, with some crazy pace, bro. And if he gets taken down so easily, this fight, I'm giving it to Rafael, dude. Jesus is pretty tough, you know, but you know he can. I feel Rafael could get a submission, but I'm gonna go by decision. I'm gonna say Rafael by decision, guys. All right. Next fight, we got Angela Hill versus Ketlen Souza. Angela Hill, she's skilled, experienced, don't let her record fool you, man, but 17-14, and she beat some good guys, women, and lost to some good women, she have a lot of experience under her belt. Experience, man, goes a long way, guys. Don't sleep on these experienced people. But lost some, win some, skill movement. Her last fight there, she looked a little bit slower than usual. Look a little bit non-responsive, taking a lot of hits, So, again, Richie's, quicker and just look for takedowns. It just seems more on her timing. Richie timing was better. It just seems like he'll look kind of slow in there. Against Ketlen Souza is like a Jessica Andrade. She pack power. She sits down and on those punches and will knock you out. We look to the submission also. So she's like a one-hitter quitter. She moves well in and out. She kind of light in the foot. We'll throw kicks to her and a lot of, I believe she's the one that taught her the spinning heel kicks from what I remember from watching the fights. And a lot of, seems like more of a karate, taekwondo kind of based on her. But this one is a tricky one with me. Like I said, with women fights, 50-50, man. Hill could win. But I must say Souza by decision, guys. And I'm not confident. Okay? Next fight here, we got Jose Delgado versus Connor Matthews. Jose Delgado, 100% finishing rate. Contender series look good and gritty kid coming off the next kid coming off the contender series. This guy looks pretty good, man. He seems to have a little trouble with wrestling though against Chris. But Chris was very grindy. He came in there just specifically to wrestle because he knew that he never wanted to stand with Jose, right? But man, he struggled a lot with his wrestling and was gassing out. That was in 2023. That was actually recent, guys. Yeah. So, Conor Matthews can wrestle, but he doesn't grind like how Chris was grinding. Chris was on it. I don't feel Conor's gonna do it like that. And striking wise, Jose is a better striker than Conor. He puts up a high pace, throws in combination, puts you against the cage, flies in with knees and work the body, work the head, like 10, 12 combination at one time, and he keeps it going. Conor on the hand, Conor will come in there with switch stands, you will look for takedown, look for the sub, but he's hittable and can get caught with punches like consistently. So I'm a slide towards Jose, and like I said, this Jose is really making his debut, and sometimes I don't like to do that, but I just don't base the fight off of just guys coming from contender series straight in the UFC. I do that too, but also look at the aspect of the guy's stand up, the striking, also the durability, all those plays a factor. It's not just like, oh, he's from contender series and he's gonna lose. You can't. You gotta dig deep sometimes and watch the fights and everything like that. This guy has a couple fights in the UFC already. Went to the contender series and actually lost against Francis Marshalls. Lost to Denis by knockout. I'm gonna say Jose. I'm gonna say Jose by KOTK in the first round, guys. And it's a 50-50 for me. Like I said, Conor could win. As far as UFC, he got a little more experience, but we'll see what happens. He's not a guy that's kind of like Vince Morales. Vince Morales is just a veteran. Experience is a difference in veteran, like Angela Hill's veteran experience. Conor Matthews experience, but not a veteran experience. So we'll see what happens though. I'll go Jose by KOTK first round, guys. Next fight here, we got Rodolfo Vieira versus Andre Petroski. Andre Petroski. Man, I'm kind of slipping up there, guys. Alright, BJJ black belt, we all know 100% finishing rates. His striking has been getting better. If he gets it down, you pretty much kind of screwed. He will look for the takedowns too, single, double legs. This guy's pretty skilled on the ground, man. Very, very skilled on the ground. And has been improving again on his striking and not getting so tired. With Andre is good at wrestling. Also, we'll look for submissions too. He's heavy-handed. We'll also gas out like Vieira used to gas out. But Andre will get tired, kind of slow down. This is a tough one because, like I say, with Andre, he will look for wrestle, but he can get taken down. He will gas out. I'm just liking Vieira here. This is telling me Vieira is going to win. So I'm going to go, that's just the energy I'm feeling. I'm going to go Vieira by submission, guys, in the second round. Not confident, though. First time, Andre is probably going to get submitted, but we'll see what happens with that one. We'll see if I'm right with that. Let's see here. Let's see. I don't think Andre has ever been submitted. I mean, he's been knocked out maybe 3 times, I think, or something like that. In some kind of way. Been knocked out 3 times, never been submitted. And Vera been finished by submission, actually. So Vera is the one that probably could get submitted. Possibility. But I'm going to go Rodolfo Vieira by submission second round, guys. This sport here is can be kind of wild, guys. You know, you have a guy winning for second round, and then the third round he gets submitted. You know, a guy, if a 5-round fight, he's winning all 4 rounds, and then the 5th round he gets knocked out. That's just how it goes. This game is wild. Can go anywhere, man. There's nothing guaranteed. You know, it just players what the way it's gonna play out, man. I give the predictions, give my breakdowns, and what happens. So Vera by submission second round. Next fight, we got our other brother, which is Ismael Bonfim versus Nazim Sadikov. Islam brother here, this is one of the brother here that like to box. He's more with the hands. The other brother can box too, but this guy is more like, you can tell that he flows with it a little better. Right? Can get taken down though and can get submitted, but submitted 4 times. Nazim hasn't been active. He's good though, skill will mix it up, but I don't know, man. I mean, he's more of a kickboxing with mixed up with the punches and kicks. His will throw kicks, you know, but it's a tough one to call, to be honest. It's an even fight to me, to be honest. I just feel with Nazim, he sometimes will freeze up a little bit. You can touch him up on his legs, he frees up. You can touch him here and there, he doesn't really respond. I just feel the Islam is more like on it. He's gonna be pop, 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 pop. He's gonna just keep going. You know, but Islam will gas though, just like the other brother. Both of them will gas out and look tired. You know what I'm saying? Both of them kind of train similar. You know, they train together. Most of our first round finishes too, so you gotta be careful with that one. But I go Islam Bonfim by decision, guys, and I'm not confident. Let's go, man. Next fight we got Edmen Shahbazyan versus Delgado KO. This one is, man, this one is a tough one to choose, guys, because we know with Edmen will drop the ball, man. This again with MMA is like, it's just like that. It's wild. I'm not gonna use the word crazy, because sometimes crazy is not used correctly. It's because something looks crazy or is crazy, that doesn't mean it is crazy. All right, what may be sane to you as being fine, and that might be crazy, if you understand what I'm getting to. All right, so Edmen here, I don't know, dude. I mean, he's good, he's skilled, and he has fought some tough competition, and a lot of veterans he's been fighting. So it's not too bad to lose to these guys. But Delgado KO, he should beat him. I mean, with Delgado KO, he will look to wrestle. You know, he look to throw the hands, but he will gas out in the first round. And even with his wrestling, you can still out wrestle him. So if Edmen comes in there and mix it up, you could see Edmen even getting takedowns and on Budka, right? But like I said, you know, with Delgado, you know, he doesn't really shine anywhere much. With Edmen, he shines in the striking, he shines with the ground, you know, but he just I don't know, he just dropped the ball. He gets tired, you know, he gasses out himself in that second round, you know, against when he fought Gerard Merchant, you know, it was just ground and pounding. And look at he was winning the fight. Like I said, that's just how the game goes. I'm gonna go with Edmen, man. So I'm gonna say Edmen back KO in the first round, man. 50-50, guys. But this one is a boy, man. You can probably leave this one out, man. You know, you gotta be careful. Yeah, because Delgado could come in here and just catches Edmen with a punch or takes down Edmen and Edmen gets submitted by somewhere. I don't know. But we'll go Edmen. It's Edmen by KO first round, guys. Co-main event, we got Calvin Kattar versus Youssef Zalal. This one here, you gotta be very careful with this one, man. Because even though Calvin Kattar to me looks like he's on a decline, but he will come back in here and prove it wrong, especially against Zalal, which Zalal has been improving. So this is kind of a test for him to see if he's really improving. You know, because the guys that he has been beating, you know, Jack Shore and these guys are pretty good guys to beat, especially by submission. But Kattar is a different kind of beast, you know, a different kind of fighter. You know, he doesn't look like pretty in there, but his hands boxing finds a way to keep the pressure on you. And that's what those guys do. Care to go in there and just put that pressure on you. Yeah, man, that's just what they do. The cartel. And also, is that a homeboy there? I forgot his name right now, but his homeboy has a lot, right? Hold on there, guys. What's his homeboy name again? Let's look at this. There you go. Rob Font. There you go. Yeah, these guys put a lot of pressure on you. I see Rob Font. He put that pressure when he fought Kyle Phillips, which you thought Kyle Phillips was like, damn, Kyle Phillips was like the best, which he is good. He's just experienced though. So can we see that happen? Kevin Cutter can do that to Zalal. It's a possibility, guys. I mean, like I said, Zalal has been improving though, but I feel like Kevin Cutter is slightly declining. But that's what we felt about Font. But with Kevin Cutter, he also hurt his knee. Had to have surgery. I believe it was ACL damage. He tore his knee against his fight against Arnold Allen. So it's like one of those things where it's a tough one to call. I feel Zalal is improving though, man, and he can take this fight anywhere. He has the takedown, he has the ground submission, striking. He fights. I feel he's more elusive. He's more versatile with it, and he's also experienced too. Don't forget that he actually fought Ilia Topuria. So and also I had Ilia Topuria on the ground. I took him down and everything. Had him in some sticky situations. So he has experience, but not like what Kevin Cutter has though. Again, Ilia Topuria is champion right now, so I'm gonna go with Zalal, man. But be careful, because Cutter, like I said, is experienced and he seems to be declining. Blow out his knee, hurt his knee, whatever. Man, come in here and beat Zalal, man. So I can guarantee you, when I look at the odds, Zalal gonna be the favorite. I'll go Zalal by decision, guys. Main fight, we got Cannonier versus G-Rod Robocop Gregory Rodrigues. What I see from Gerard, he's pretty good shape, man. As far as his physique, his physical structure, put a lot of work in it. You can see it, skilled guy, Pat Powell. But from what I've seen in his last couple fights, even though not because he's losing, but he's becoming more hittable, and he doesn't really handle the shots too well. His timing and his reaction time is not as quick. He will throw, but he kind of throw more in spurts now. He doesn't really keep that pace. And then he's hittable, like what I said, and his reaction is not good. His defense reaction time is not good, and that's not good when to get hit like that, because that affects the brain. And that's it's when your brain starts to get rattled and affected, and CTE and all these things start to happen, getting hit consistently to the head, it does do damage to you. Your reaction time becomes more slower. But again, Gerard still pack power. Age and number is 40, but age and number, I don't really look at that too much. But can play a factor though, depending on the damage you take in mostly. G-Rod, BJJ black belt, we look to take the fight to the ground. His ground game is pretty good, man. This guy can take the fight anywhere. Gerard Cannonier is more going to want to knock him out, but G-Rod here can take the fight to the ground. BJJ black belt, G-Rod, Robocop, pack power. One hitter quitter, man, raw power. But this guy here also, he's hittable, but doesn't handle a shot too well, and he can get knocked out. Both of these guys' stats is pretty much even, man. As far as it's actually a good matchup. It's actually a good matchup. When you look at the cards here and it's a fight night, you're like, it's not good. When you start to break it down, you see that way how they're matching up these fights. Like not odd maker, but the way how they're matching the fights up, they're actually doing a good matchup, man. So yeah, it makes for good fights. As far as like, guy doesn't have to be like super well known. It's just the way how they pick the fights and match them up. You know, like the matchmakers. That's what I want to say. Sorry, guys. The matchmakers or the matchup, everything is good. You know, like every single fight is pretty good. To be honest with you, I don't look at the fight as it's UFC, it's Cannonier with Rodrigues. It's the matchup. These guys are well matched up, bro. I mean, even by the stats, you know, 10-3, been knocked out 3 times, 2 by submissions. You know that they're gonna want to strike. You know what I mean? You know, he has 3 by submissions, pretty much even, pretty much damn even, dude. The reach and height is like pretty kind of close too. So this is a good matchup here, man, which makes a good card, in my opinion. I'm gonna go with G-Rod though. I'm gonna say G-Rod by KOTK in the second round. This could be G-Rod first time though in main event. Yeah, going 5 rounds. But you know, 5 rounds meaning that, you know, fight could be over quickly. Both guys gonna want to buy the matchup. You know, where they'll match the fight up is going to be more knockout going to happen in this fight than probably a submission. Now the guy's been submitted. But we see what happened though. And that's about it. We got G-Rod by KOTK in the second round, guys. Quick look at the odds, see what we're working with. It's going to be nuts. Some banana odds, man. The odds are always crazy, and it's always one of those things where you have the guy so a favorite. This is happening a lot now. I notice it, man. And they usually like to match up the guys with very limited records and experience against these veteran guys, but make the veterans guys look at it not going to win, or it's just impossible. You know, like Cody Steele, yeah, exactly. Against a guy that he actually trained with. You know, was it? I think it was Steele versus Rong Ju. Yeah, exactly. Yep, it is what it is. Keep on moving along. Jose Delando versus Conor Matthews. They got Jose at 500, dude. I mean, I like Jose, bro. I think he's pretty good, but not a 500B. No way, man, because Conor could win, dude. Conor can win this fight. Oh, man, dude. Like I said, Conor's a super veteran, like, you know, super experienced veteran, but he can still win. The 500 and Jose is no, because I see Jose on the ground. And so he doesn't look that great on the ground against specific persons that can wrestle. So I disagree with that one, man. Where is the rest of the fight card? Like the fight card is split up, huh? Okay, so I guess we did it backwards or whatever. I don't know what happened here. I have it upside down here. But yeah, Jose, I disagree. Be careful with this one, guys. That's crazy on Jose for 500. Wow, coming from Contender Series, huh? You're doing it again, huh? You're doing it again. Julia and Jacqueline. Damn, Jacqueline has 7. What I say about women fights, guys? Any woman that's 700, even 200, man. Be careful. At 700, no. Julia's a dog, man, and she will make this fight ugly. If she can make this fight a war, and she's a veteran in a way, doesn't compete a lot, and she's experienced. So be careful with this one, man. Like I said, this one is the next one that can go on underdog. I'm not saying it will. I like Jacqueline. I feel Jacqueline should win the fight, but not because I say it should happen, that doesn't mean it's gonna happen. Even though I manifest it, but it is what it is, though. But whatever you put out, that's what you're gonna get back. But sometimes it doesn't play out like that all the time, you know, because you're not the one actually doing it. When you're actually doing it, it makes a difference because it's you versus you. These are the people versus himself. But I'm just trying to see where it's going to go here, right? Valter Walker 298. No, man, because Mays can win. Punches there, that punches there. And Walter is like, you know, man, it's just... I feel even though May is not the good base and Walker does have the good base, but there's experience, man. At 300 or something, no, man, these are crazy odds. Smith versus Vince Morales. You got Smith a favorite? Of course they would. I'm liking Vince Morales in that one. To me, it's an even fight. I feel like Smith can win, but just the mental aspect. That mental aspect, man, he breaks in the second, and then his mind is not. You can tell that he's like, everything that he knows or doing is just not that there anymore. He's like declined massively after the second. If Vince is a dog, Vince is walking down, and Vince's better technique in the sense of his last fight that Smith fought. Vince is a more experienced guy, and a veteran with real true boxing. His last opponent there, Toy, that Smith fought, that guy was just swinging wild punches. He has no good foundation. Vince Morales has good wrestling, submission, and boxing. There's no way this fight could go to Smith like that. It's an even fight. based on what I told you from the breakdowns. Gabriel Bonfim and Chaos Williams, Gabriel 280. No, I disagree, man. The odds is on Williams, dude, as well as the odds is on Morales, bro. It's crazy because Williams has a puncher's chance, bro. Even with Dante Mays has a puncher's chance because Walker is not an experienced skill guy like that. He has a little wrestling there. He can take them, but you can tell that there's still holes. He can break, get tired. You know what I mean? This guy shouldn't be so high. You know what I mean? He's like, K.S. Williams will shock you, man. He will come in here and shock you, especially with, especially this brother here. This brother here is not much of a striker. You will look for submission and takedowns. And when he, tend to get tired, he backs up with his chin up, but he will still throw the jab, but he's in punching range to where Williams want to be at. And Williams could just be right there and counter him with a shot. Be careful with this one, man. Rafael Estevam versus Jesus Aguilera. This is the one that I agree with. I agree with Rafael being 400 and something. Rafael could even be higher. I agree with this one. I feel Estevam is a good prospect, and Jesus, he's good, but he doesn't stop takedowns well. So, Soldier versus Hill. They got Soldier. Okay, even fight. Perfect. I have nothing to say about that. Perfect. This one I said is bananas because Matthews could win. Believe me on that. Andre Preskowski and Vera 285. How do I feel about that? I'll be careful with this one too, guys, because Andre, he has wrestling, he has a ground game, the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He can punch heavy. With Vera has the same thing. I feel like Vera ground game is better though. That's pretty much it. Striking wise, it can be kind of even too. So it's still gotta be careful, man. I like Vera for the win, but not at these odds. Ismael Bonfim and Nazim. This is our next one too. The Bonfim brothers, they can drop the ball, man. Gotta be careful with this one too, because Nazim could win, guys. All right. When I see odds so high, it's just ridiculous. Edmen Shahbazyan at 300 and something, 400. Oh hell no. No, man, am I seeing something wrong here? Are these odds too high, or just me? I mean, Edmen Shahbazyan is a guy that, I'm not disrespecting anybody here. I'm just looking at the stats and breaking the guys. I'm not talking bad about them. It's all over the end of the day, all positive vibes. But from doing the homework and from the mental aspect of this, a guy like Edmen will drop the ball. This is pretty much it. And Dylan, it would happen in any kind of way. It could happen by submission or knockout, whatever. It just happens. Edmen will gas. He will fade. A guy like Dylan Buckley would also fade too and drop the ball, but the odds are just too high in Edmen, man. I like Edmen for the win, but it's just too high in the odds because he just can't be trusted. Kevin Cutter and Zal's at 400 and something. The odds are on Cater, dude. These guys are bugging, bro. Even though I say that Cater is slight, I feel like he's slight declining. I said the same thing about Font, slight declining, which they are, but it's all based on who they're fighting though and who they're matching up with. You feel me? It's all based on who they're matching up with, man. Zalal has improved, and I've seen that, but to what level? We're gonna find out now. And if we're gonna find out at what level now, because he's leveling up, he ain't been on 500 and something. There's no way, bro. I like Zalal for the win, but not at the odds here. It's bananas, because Cato could win. I'm saying he is leveling up right now, but if he's going to level up, how is he going to be 400 and something? These guys they're playing. Oh man, G-Rod and Jared Cannonier. They got G-Rod at 245. I disagree with this too, because Cannonier is more experienced. He's proven to go in there and finish fights and over. And the guy is skilled, man. G-Rod is still good, but not at these odds here, man. This card here is the odds in this one is nuts. I disagree with almost every single. I disagree with every single odd in this one. It just doesn't make any sense to me. The odds are so high. But that's about it right there, guys. Like I said, man. Nothing guaranteed here. This is just my thoughts. My predictions. But again, anything could happen. So nothing guaranteed. But I feel odds are too high. For sure, it could be a lot of upsets in this one. or it could go the way our side is gonna go. You know what I mean? But I was expecting the odds to be way closer. But hey, yeah. But yeah, so that's about it right there. Yeah, so that's it. That's it right there, guys. You guys keep on kicking one love out to everybody. Keep on focusing on what you're working on, not on what other people are working on, because that's a distraction. The way how you get to where you want to get to and whatever you're doing is to focus on what you're doing, because it's you versus you. Whenever you take your energy and focus it on other people, even if you're trying to hate or whatever you're doing, you're not gonna succeed on what you're doing, because your moments are spent focusing on what they're doing. You know, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm giving you my plays right now. I'm giving you my predictions here. You know what I'm saying? So you make your predictions too, and you can put it down in the bottom comments, so you can make videos about it. So share your comments and share your videos at the bottom. That help with the algorithm too, guys. And you know, even a thumbs up. You know. So I'm trying to build a channel, but like I said, I'm also busy too. I have a lot I'm working on. I'm not focused on what other people are doing. I'm focusing on what I'm doing, because that's the magic. That's the glow right there, right? So let's get this, man. Let's see what happened. One over to everybody, and